Wishing I could sleep again. It started off innocent. As time went on, the dream just got worse, it seems. So what does it mean that you're still here, almost there, so close, best night.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in with me. This is Self-Care Wednesdays. Yes, guys, I'm back with my Self-Care Wednesdays. I appreciate you all for tuning in with me. You are listening to the Creative Loops Podcast, Self-Care Wednesdays, and I'm your host, Regina. Yes, guys. So I'm going to turn my Self-Care Wednesdays into a series. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because, these Self-Care Wednesdays are very, very important to me. And I always use my Self-Care Wednesdays just to check in the middle of the week just to see if I'm good, see if I'm straight. I just look over everything that I've been through and just do, a little check-in. You know what I'm saying? And yes, so stay tuned for my Self-Care Wednesdays.
Where's on you? Where was I? By your side like a pair, two of a kind. Back when we were aligned, back when you were still mine. Back into the back and forth, I'm backing out the garage. I could double back, my rear view looking like a mirage. Happier days, table breaking at the Mirage. Vegas not with the guys, just you and I, do or die. Can you blow the die for me? Wanna try my luck again? Before we kick the bucket, fuck it, can we fall in love again? I know all these other men on your neck, and that's cool. I know all these other chicks wanna check, and that's true. I know all you ever wanted was depth, a conversation that meant something. Fuck all of the flexion. That's you.
Here, almost there, so close, best night,
Yes, guys. Yes, that was Alex Isley, and it's off of her new album. The song is titled On and On. Yes, guys, I appreciate you all for tuning in with me on my Self-Care Wednesdays, guys. Yes, I like to start off my Self-Care Wednesdays by giving, first I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Because my Self-Care Wednesdays are geared towards mental health and, talking about self-help tips and, just basic stuff like that that's geared towards the whole spectrum of, mental awareness. And I like to give a little bit of a disclaimer just to let you all know that I am not a licensed psychologist or a licensed therapist. I am in no way, shape, or form that. I don't hold a license, I don't, it's just these Self-Care Wednesdays are strictly from my own experience, the things that I have been through and so forth. And also I do my research when it comes to, when I talk about different topics or different self-help tips. So I just wanted to just put that little bit of a disclaimer out there for you all when you do listen to my Self-Care Wednesdays that, there it is. All right, guys. All right. So now I also like to start off my episodes, any episode. It doesn't matter what episode or topic or series or whatever it is. I like to start off my episodes with words of encouragement, words of affirmation. Because, during these trying times, a lot of people are faced with a lot of things. Only they know what they are faced with. Only you know what is going on in your life. Whatever trauma, it could be whatever trauma, whatever situations, it could be anything that is faced before you. It doesn't matter what it is. I like to give these words of encouragement just to let you all know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is. I can attest to say and tell you that there will be a light. You're walking down that dark valley, that tragic valley, whatever it is that's faced before you. I'm letting you know that when you get to the end, there will be a light when you open up that door and get out of that situation. You will break free. You will let go, and that situation will stop. I had also said something on my social media. I said something about sometimes situations that is faced before us and situations that we are going through. Sometimes we put ourselves in those situations. Sometimes it's situations that we know that we can get out of those situations, but we choose to stay stagnant and not stop, and not, just get out of that situation. And then on the other hand, some situations, sometimes certain situations, they, get the best of us. And we just have to run its course until it is over with. And there's nothing we could do about it. But once again, I can tell you all wholeheartedly that whatever is faced before you, you will break free. And you will see the light of day. And I'm telling you, you will have a testimony to talk about. And you will look within yourself and look back at that situation and say, man, I remember I've been through that. And you can also share what you've been through with someone who might be going through the same thing. And you can help them out. And that's what my Self-Care Wednesdays are, is all about, is helping out my fellow human being, helping out you guys. And that's why I talk about different topics on my Self-Care Wednesday. So this topic that I'm going to be talking about today is anxiety. Yes, anxiety. Oh my goodness, anxiety. I can honestly say that I suffer from anxiety really, really big. And for the past, I say year or two, I have gotten better. I have gotten better with my anxiety. I can say that out of a scale of 1 to 10, I can say that my anxiety, me getting better with my anxiety, I would say I'm about a 6. Honestly, I can say that I'm about a 6, getting better with my anxiety. Are you faced with anxiety? Do you have anxiety attacks? Do you have panic attacks? What is it that you go through when you have your anxiety? Now let's look at that word anxiety. Anxiety is intense, excessive, persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. Everyday situations that you are faced with in your life. It could even be something really small that can trigger your anxiety. It could be anything. So it's up to us to really look from within and look at whatever it is that we need to combat our anxiety. Now, I want to talk about it on the flip side about anxiety. We can have different forms of anxiety, just like I spoke about a couple of minutes ago. But how can we use it for our strength? Can anxiety be our strength? Can we grasp it to the point to where we can use it in a good way, in a good tool, in a good sense? How can we do that? How can we use anxiety in a positive way? How can we use it towards the way to where we can make it a good advantage for us? So I'm going to talk about 3 ways on how to do that. All right, so number 1, anxiety may make you smarter. A person who tends to be anxious may also be highly intelligent. Anxious people can be incredibly good researchers and critical thinkers and analyzers as well. So in addition to naturally tending towards a higher level of an intellectual aspect through anxiety, we can process anxiety, and we can also teach people to be a bit smarter. As you go through the process of learning more about it, you can build a better understanding of your anxiety to the point to where you can help someone or even help yourself learn to explore options and also problem solve it calmly. And this skill also can improve your mental and emotional intelligence if you can look at it in that light. And number 2, anxiety can also be rooted in your need to protect yourself. I know there's many times that I talked about that, protecting your energy, protecting your being, protecting who you are. Yes, we can use anxiety to protect ourselves. Fear, false evidence appearing real. I always talk about that. Fear is designed to keep you safe from the danger, the fight or flight. Anxiety is an adaptation of what vital and fundamental fear response is. Sometimes anxiety will tell you that the worst is true. Whatever, you're having, whatever situation that is faced before you, you can feel that it's true, or perhaps getting you to believe that everyone dislikes you or someone is determined to even harm you. However, paying attention to that uneasy feeling that you're feeling inside can help you stay connected to the sense of self-preservation. If you can just pay attention and hone into it. Think of anxiety like this. This is an interesting thing. This is what sometimes I do. I think of anxiety as one of your annoying friends or somebody that, that annoys you, but they have good intentions. Just think of it like that, because this way it may help you learn when to take back the control when you do have the anxiety attack. You can stop the anxiety from dictating many of your thoughts and your actions. You may start to notice that your anxiety responds sooner if you do all of these things. It also allows you to make conscious decisions about whether there is danger or how to best take care of yourself. You can kind of look at it and just play it out and just say, you know what, this is not what it is. I'm really going to take a step back and really analyze the situation and take control of myself for good. All right, and last but not least, number 3, anxiety directs to you finding your deepest core values, guys. I'm telling you, it does. When you have that anxiety attack, nothing what you fear is a getaway to discovering what you truly value. Honestly, we feel a form of anxiety when we see someone being bullied, of course, especially on social media. I'm an empath, and I'm telling you, I can absorb and I can just pick up people's energy, especially if I walk into a room. I can just pick up that energy quickly. I'm real good at doing that. You know, we tend to feel anxiety when a person says something that seems dishonest too. I can honestly say that. I can honestly say that I can do that because this response doesn't have to mean we are predicting the worst possible outcome. It is a vital radar to show us what is right and what is wrong for us. That's what it's there for. To fully eliminate anxiety would be to eliminate and a big discernment and also have that big self-awareness, guys. Yes, we can do that, honestly. Now, the number one tip that I got from out all of this, guys, is that taking charge of your relationship with anxiety may be the most rewarding thing that you can do for yourself, guys. I'm telling you, if you take a hold of it, get in control of your anxiety today. And if you do that, you can prove to yourself what you are capable of. And by learning to consciously respond to your anxiety rather than allowing it to control you, guys. I'm telling you, this process, you know, for some, it may take some time for some. You know what I'm saying? It may take time, you know, but if you try your best to process it and try to learn the triggers, I'm telling you, you can take advantage of that. You can take advantage of your anxiety, and it can be the best thing that you ever did in your life if you can do that. All right, guys. Yes. So, I'm telling you, I appreciate you all for tuning in with me for my Self-Care Wednesdays, guys. Yes, I do. And just like I said, this is going to be a series of my Self-Care Wednesdays. And, I appreciate you all for tuning in with me. And I am your host, Regina. This is the Creative Lips Podcast. And once again, follow me on all of my social media, guys. Follow me on Instagram at Creative Lips Podcast. And also follow me on Twitter at Creative Lips Pod. And also follow me on SoundCloud. I will upload my latest episode on SoundCloud. Follow me there too, guys. And I appreciate you all. Take care of yourself. I'm telling you, process your anxiety and try to combat it so that you can be the best that you ever could be in your life if you can take in control of your anxiety. All right, guys. Until next time.
Of my dreams ain't even fit to share. This road is lonely as it seems. At least I've been